even if you get death in these cards, it's not like bad. Sometimes it's the ending of something.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Well, I thought
about a relationship.
No, I thought about my future career in broadcasting.
Okay. No,
Hello. Hi. Welcome to Up in the Air, episode number 9.
We're flowing, what's the word?
Speeding through them.
Flying through all of them.
Yeah, the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure, claim it.
We make up words all the time anyway, it's fine, we'll just write it off. You may be wondering why we're sitting very, very close.
Yeah, we're quite cuddly at the
and
moment.
we're wearing headphones today.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we have another special guest. We didn't expect it, but it happened.
Yeah.
And Ella's vibrating a bit.
Just vibrating.
I'm vibrating.
Yeah, a bit nervous.
Why are we calling it vibrating
I don't
now?
know, it's a bit odd.
But today we are joined by none other than Polly PJ Harding.
That was smooth.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, girls. Is this your final episode? Oh, no, wait, penultimate. What does that mean? Is
The
that your
second to last one.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I feel very special.
Well, thank you for joining.
We feel very special.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Are you guys on a bed? Are you guys like shaking up the bedroom right now? What's the deal?
We're just spooning. It's fine. Yeah. We're very close.
Yeah, we tried to have like a chill background and
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's
the
like
bed was
be relatable with the setting, but then wow them with the production quality. Yeah.
There you go.
So for those people who don't know who you
Which
are,
would be
first
silly,
of all, are you living under a rock? Would you like to explain who you are, where you come from, what you do?
Sure. So, my name, it is confusing to introduce me because my real name is Polly, Polly Harding, also known as PJ. I work on the Jason PJ radio show. Worked on ZM for many years, from like 2011 till 2018. And I've been here in Melbourne on Kiss 101.1 since 2018, doing the breakfast show. And I'm from Christchurch, and and yeah, that's about me, really.
Nice.
Got a boyfriend back in New Zealand.
Yay!
Sheep father.
We love the Kiwi boys.
Yeah, he's a farmer.
Yeah.
He's a country boy through and through.
Oh, that's
Country
cool.
boy.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Right.
So my first question for you, basically the whole premise of Up in the Air, it's about the whole obviously it's a bit of a double entendre. It's up in the air, but our futures are also on the airwaves.
Yeah,
so the first question I have for you sort of has to do with that sort of period of transition in broadcasting school. So obviously your career has taken you, you did a bit of a stint on breakfast, you're at ZM, and now you're over in Aussie.
Yeah.
So when you left B school, what sort of vision did you have for your future, and how does that compare to where you've ended up?
Yeah, it's interesting because when I went to B school, I kind of went because I wanted to be like a TV host on a music channel, and there wasn't really a specific course for that at the time.
Yeah,
there was only radio, and then there was journalism. They're like, well, if you do radio, you'll actually pick up some transferable skills that if you want to go into TV, it can be really helpful. So I was like, cool, sweet, we'll see how it goes. And then ended up loving radio. And when it came to doing my internship, I ended up going up to Auckland because ZM were recruiting some interns at the time. And it was the Rugby World Cup, and they were looking for lots of street team people in the Black Thunder.
Right, yeah.
So there were quite a few of us who got to go from B school. And I was like, I don't know how I had the confidence or the guts to tell the people at ZM, but I was like, I really want to be on air. And I think I was sort of maybe one of the few that actually articulated that. I want to be on air. And I think sometimes people were afraid to do that. They're like, oh, I don't want to look like I'm,
I don't want to step on toes.
Yeah, and so I just was like, hey, look, I'll do whatever you want. Like, I'll work in the weekends. Just would love to have an opportunity to some on-air stuff. So I got to do a bit of Black Thunder work, and then I sort of cruised into this job where I got to do the entertainment news on the night show, which was amazing. I started off doing weekend shifts, and then I started doing that on the night show, and then slowly after a few months I got to become full-time on that show, which was
Wow.
amazing, and it was just, it was right time, right place. I guess I worked hard at the time, but yeah, it was just really lucky.
I mean, that's the thing.
That's
So much
amazing.
of it is just like being in the right
Yeah.
place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and
Timing.
yeah, there are a lot of other really incredibly talented people in my class, and it's just how it kind of worked out. Like I was always the really awkward one, and I always felt like compared to everyone else, I was like, I did not back myself, and so when it came to that, I was like, I can do it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that sort of led to where I am today. But yeah, biggest thing looking back is just back yourself, especially if you love it and you really get enjoyment from it. And that's what I learned in second year when I got to go on air. I was like, this is really fun and it brings me a lot of joy.
Wow.
And going off that, when you were entering B school and everything, did you have someone in the media or on TV that you were like, oh, I look up to them, that's who I kind of want to follow or be, or anything like that? Yeah.
I kind of was always a little bit different, and I kind of listened to radio stations overseas. And I love this British broadcaster, Fern Cotton, who's sort of moved on from BBC Radio 1 now. But I really liked that style, and I always liked kind of music presenting and really being all about the music. And yeah, I thought I was really cool and like had alternative music taste. But then that kind of shifted. So obviously when I started working with Jace in 2015, it became, shifting away from music into full personal life out there. Like, yeah. And so that was really a big growth lesson for me at the time, because I was not used to sharing everything. Like I'd always shared quite a bit on the radio, but it was like I wasn't used to it. Yeah, and you learn the power of vulnerability and opening up, and that's how you can really connect with people. And
yeah, I always wondered about content and how you go about, like, you're so open, and we've been a bit open on Up in the Air, and we're kind of learning how to not offend friends or like not share too much of our friends and family's lives. Like, did you struggle with that as well, and how do you navigate that now on Kiss?
Yeah, I think I've never felt comfortable with putting other people in an uncomfortable position or revealing details without their consent. So if I get a really good story from a friend or a family member and I need to change their identity, I'll do it. I'll be like, so my mate Tina, just to ensure that, like really at the end of the day, it's not about that person, it's about the content and the stories. Yeah. So don't get caught up on the identity. You can always put it through another way of getting the story. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You don't actually have to out your friends. You don't have to, be that oversharing dick who's spreading all these secrets.
It's like, no one told me anything. She's going to tell the entire world. Yeah.
But I sort of struggled with that initially. I was like, but I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to share too much, and I think it's really important that you do set yourself boundaries. And if you are really uncomfortable with sharing something, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it comes down to you share it, but you've got to share it when you're comfortable with it. Yeah. Like sometimes, down the track and you get a bit of hindsight and, you don't have to do it when it's super raw or
time.
Kind of going off on a completely different tangent, unrelated. A lot of the reason why we wanted to do this show in the first place was because of the lack of female duos in Radio New Zealand, especially. Like I've noticed it in Australia, like you guys have your 3 p.m. slot has 3 women, which is fantastic.
Very cool,
and then like Sally and Erica on Triple J doing breakfast is like such a huge deal. But we asked Caitlin this and she couldn't figure, no one seems to have an answer. No. But like, why do you think that that's still not a thing? Because us two, we would absolutely love to work together or with another woman, and it just feels like there's no opportunity where that can happen.
Yeah. It's surprising because New Zealand is very progressive in so many senses. So it's Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's still stuck in an old paradigm and there's still that kind of subconscious mentality where you need to have a guy, but you don't. And it's, become very obvious that that's not the case. And I think particularly with the wave of multiple female podcasts.
Yeah,
exactly. It's proved
but
that.
Shameless here in Australia, that's huge. You got Girls Uninterrupted back in NZ. Like, there's definitely that hunger for it around the world. The High Low, that's a sort of duo female podcast as well. So I think that's positive, and I think the fact that there are these podcasts existing, surely that has to eventually kind of make its way into commercial radio.
Yeah, like it works. We can talk,
Who knew?
Totally, and I don't know if that's a block in a mentality somewhere, and people are just too scared to take that risk. But it's a risk definitely worth taking, and there's obviously the appetite for it.
Maybe we should be a bit bold and ask Ross Boss for a
Boom.
weekend duo show.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Ross Boss, if you're watching this.
Don't like all the stats. Be like, excuse me, there are this many people.
Here you go.
Here's our PowerPoint presentation.
Make it happen.
We will.
That's what we learned from PJ. Just ask and you shall receive.
Boom. Thank you.
You heard it here first.
I got phlegm. I'm fine. Oh no, definitely not. Talking to Caitlin the other day, she was saying, and we kind of agree, definitely, that you were a key female in New Zealand that pioneered this personality where you can just be like completely, utterly yourself. Yeah, and I think, like, were you aware of that at the time? Like,
do you even think that's true?
Yeah, and like when the Jason.
No, she said that to me a few times drunkenly, and it's very sweet.
Yes.
And I don't know if I can take on that response. Like, I don't know if I can claim that at all. I think, if anything, it was probably a reflection of where the world was at. And if you look all around the world, there was kind of this uprising of females being completely raw and disobeying this sexy image that, for so long we'd probably felt obliged to follow. So I don't know. I really think that was sort of happening globally, particularly over the last few years. Because, I was on the radio for a while and I didn't feel like I could totally be myself until maybe a few years ago. So, and it was potentially around that time. But yeah, I don't want to claim that I,
Yeah, she said you're very humble. But yeah, I think,
it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I just think but that's just the most important thing. When you are, showing your personality, show it in all its flaws.
Exactly.
Don't just be a highlight reel, like scrolling on Instagram, because as people can relate to that to a certain degree, but you're going to get the real connection when, you show your warts and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in high school. I remember, tuning into ZM and being like, PJ, like, she's awkward, she's everything. Like, I thought I couldn't be. So yeah, I think that was just a big.
No, you can. You can be a fumbling mess. I don't know how I have a role in broadcasting. I literally can't string a sentence together. Sometimes.
We struggle with that too.
We definitely do. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's probably, like, going off what I said before, like, representation is so important, because for so long, and like, so this is for me personally, like, when you looked at radio shows, there were just so many examples of, like, you just kind of had to play the token girl, and it was like very much the guys were the stars of the show.
Laugh along and be like a laughing track.
And you're there to lift them up and, like, make them sound funnier.
Or even rein them in, like, guys, stop.
Yeah, like, calm down, guys.
So you can't be that star. Like,
exactly, yeah.
And for me personally, at least, you were one of the people who was like, oh my God, like, Polly PJ is such the star here. And it's like, oh my God, that is possible, which is so cool.
Can I cut this part and send it to Jace?
Yes. Hi, Jace.
Oh, he'll eat us alive. We're like, no.
What? He will.
That's so funny. Wow.
All right, do you have any
Mike, do you want to go for me?
Yeah, go on.
Speaking of Jace.
Yeah.
Wonderful person from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
quite a
seen online and on air, so I'll take from that what I can. But obviously, when he moved over to New Zealand, he adjusted from an Australian audience to a New Zealand audience, and then obviously vice versa when you went back. Going from doing a New Zealand nationwide sort of network show to targeting, just Melbourne, like a very specific sort of demo. How did you find that transition? Like, how did your relationship on air with Jay sort of evolve through that process?
I think obviously we were lucky we had the experience, the history of working together before. So the chemistry was there. We didn't have to worry about that as opposed to what some new shows would have to go through. Like, that's a big barrier that you have to overcome when you're doing a show. And if you've got that, it makes things so much easier. As for moving here, it was quite daunting because none of us were actually from Melbourne, even though Jace was Australian. We didn't have the local knowledge. So there's this kind of pressure, like, oh, you've got to know all this.
You got to know that cafe on the corner of XYZ, and
So I think you definitely feel the pressure. Like, we felt the pressure when we came into it. But the more we lived here and the more we absorbed the Melbourne culture, the easier it was. You're living that life every day, and so you start to reflect it. I think initially you're probably overcompensating and you're trying to act like you know everything about Melbourne. Sometimes it's actually best to just claim ignorance and be like, I am new here, help us, teach us. But we were probably a little bit scared of doing that. But in hindsight, maybe we should have done that a little bit more. And, it was the elephant in the room that we weren't from here. So it's always intimidating going to a new area, but you just got to talk to people. You just got to get in their vibe and live their life,
And I think that's something that Brie from Brie and Clint does really well. Is like, she's like, oh, over there we had this. Do you guys have this? Like, she is very open about the fact that
you can't be too cool for the new life you're living. You've got to be like, oh yeah, get really amongst it and fully embrace it, I think.
Are you enjoying it? You like Melbourne?
Yeah, it's such a cool city. Obviously, crazy times right now.
Yeah.
But, and like, I get pretty homesick. Obviously, my boyfriend's back home, so that's been challenging. But in terms of like a city, it's amazing. People are really cool here. Food's amazing.
Oh yeah,
coffee's great.
So cool. Yeah,
it's really cool.
Aww.
So yeah, it's got good culture. And love those 4 a.m. starts.
Oh.
Kind of good actually having the 4 a.m. starts, or else I'd probably spend way too much money just out and about.
Shopping.
I'm starting my 4 a.m.s for B School Station very soon.
Are you?
Yes, my sleeping schedule is currently going to bed at about 12:30, so that's something that needs to get fixed.
Yeah.
I was such a night owl as well. I was like, I'm never going to be able to do breakfast radio. You can kind of teach yourself. I don't think you ever fully get used to the early hours, but you just have to be strict and have a good schedule.
Can I pick your brain for like 2 seconds? So you wake up at 4 to get there at like 5:30?
Well, sometimes
fair enough.
I kind of set my alarm for like 4:20, 4:30. And then if I'm really lazy, I'll sleep until like 10 to 5. And then I get in the car at 5-ish.
What's your bedtime?
My bedtime is, I try and get in bed at like 8:30 at the moment. But realistically, I know.
Shit.
But realistically, I try and be asleep by like 9:30, 10.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I just know I'm going to feel better if I get to bed early. And to be honest, there's nothing to do right now. That's why it's easier to go to bed.
That's so true.
There's nothing on. It's winter. I'm by myself. Like, I can just go and jump into bed at 8.
Yeah. God, okay. I need to make a mental note of that.
Different. Like, you hear of people who do go to bed at 12 and they're fine.
Oh no way.
I love my sleep.
Yeah, the weekends fly by at the moment because we're just like sleeping. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, you do. You can catch up on the weekends.
Exactly. Now, I kind of wanted to have a look at the challenges you and Jay set. We love them when they're live streamed. We put them on in B School and watch them. And like the 56-hour marathon. Oh, honestly, I don't know how you do it, but like, what's the planning process and like, what's your mindset like the night before going into the mini golf challenge or marathon?
So this is where I can't claim much because our producers are amazing and they plan all that stuff out. And, for the 56-hour marathon, they, are working tirelessly.
Yeah.
Just trying to get really cool guests, get things planned. So we've got surprises because really the premise of that whole show is constant content coming through midst us just nearly dying. I think people kind of want to voyeuristically just watch going, are they going to survive?
Yeah.
And before that marathon last year, I think it's because I was so anxious building up to it doing it again because we'd done the 50.
Yeah, 52 or something.
51, 52.
It was 56 the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
56.
Yeah.
Far out.
But I'd have really shit sleep building up to it. Oh, can I swear in here?
You can say shit, but we refrain from the F.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think I slept 40 minutes or an hour the night before we did the
that's terrible.
marathon.
Yeah, you and
So
Jason
that whole
both.
day, the next day I was like, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. And then I got through like this wave and I went into like a second gear and I just started going delirious.
Oh man.
It's fantastic. Once you hit the delirious phase, it's always a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But afterwards.
And then Jay started hallucinating and he thought he saw his dad.
That is so funny. That clip is,
dad, but it was a security guard.
Oh, the security guard dad bit, yeah.
Yikes.
Oh,
so
dear.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt the night before
Jace.
pitches.
Oh,
it's like, you know, you wake up at 6:30, you got to go perform, and then you drink for like 12 hours afterwards. It's like, for radio station pitches at Beats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
just like, never been that nervous in my life.
Honestly, and my insides just fell out. Like, I hated it.
You guys had a pretty
nervous before going on air?
We haven't done that properly.
Yeah, because of COVID. Like, we haven't done shows yet. But we
Yeah.
did, like, solo shows last year.
That was nerve-wracking.
And to be honest, I was more nervous for, like, the practice shows as opposed to actually going on, you know, the garage. Which
I used to write out word for word.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing.
And I was like, I don't trust what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I did that when I first started at ZDM for a while. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, you get your groove going, though, I guess.
Yeah.
You get I think it's just the initial comfort zone. You're like, I don't trust myself. I'm going to. But then you can't really.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
You
can bleep.
Yeah,
we don't. There's been a few incidents.
Yeah. I accidentally uploaded one with the swearing in it once. I had to take the whole thing down. It took hours. It was a nightmare.
We learn, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're allowed to because it's school when we're learning.
Exactly.
Now looking at trolling and negativity online, I think Meg and I, it's fair to say, both of us are wanting to be on air personalities. And I think I'm really worried and nervous about the hate comments and the trolling. And like, do you even read them? Does it bother you now? Did it bother you when you first started? Yeah.
I think I probably used to actively look for them.
Okay.
Because I'd want to know everything and I'd be like, I think you put all of your self-worth into other people's thoughts and response. And, you know, it would literally take one comment and you'd go through the text machine and, you know, you'd get a good response. You just get one comment and it'd knock you for six and you just be really down. And so I think I stopped actively looking because I realized that you're never going to please everyone. You really aren't. And the moment you sort of take the power out of the people with the negativity, your sanity is way better. But I think everyone who is exposed in that kind of level where you are broadcasting, people are going to give their feedback and it's not always going to be nice. And I think naturally you want to know what's wrong with me. Like, how can I be better? Like, oh my God, I'm so rubbish. Like, I'm really bad. And so all I would say is you are naturally probably going to want to look, but do your best to try and remove yourself from it because it's never going to, it's going to ruin your day if you really get caught up in it. I don't know, like some people will take on board. I think there's some positive feedback that can come from criticism. You know, you're always going to need criticism to some degree to get better. But when it's attacking your own personality or, you know, your image or
that could just take a toll on you.
You just need to go, well, hang on, is this benefiting me? Am I really learning from it or am I just going to stew on it? And can I change it? No.
Yeah. And there's a difference between criticism and harassment, I think, as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And maybe it comes down to actually just choosing who you're going to take your feedback from. Are you really going to take it from a random guy called Bob who's riding a lawnmower and
not even in demo, like,
Exactly. It's even a demo. So maybe you just go, I'm just going to listen to the boss and I'm going to listen to maybe a couple of mates, see what they think. And then, you know, you are still advancing and you're getting better, but you have to worry about that cloud of negativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut that.
Boom.
Yeah, that can be the little highlight clip, maybe.
Cut it. I like that.
This is sort of out of the realm of radio. Oh, the cat's back.
I miss my
Hello.
cat.
Hello,
Oh.
Josephine.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, it's so sweet. Such a gorgeous color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burmese blue.
Aw. Mm.
Hey, what's wrong? Sorry.
That's fine.
There we go. Oh wow, what happened there?
She's a little show pony.
She's so cute.
Oh, very sweet.
But out of the realm of radio a little bit,
yeah.
as I was saying,
Yeah.
me and Ella
Yes.
are little spiritual buds.
Yeah, we're turning into
and-
little hippies.
Yes, we are. And we know I've got a little incense burner over in the
Yeah.
corner. So like we are loving following, the burn mark on your table from where you
Hey!
this is what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say you
Burn.
want to do drunk readings. Could you do us a tarot reading?
I'm so scared I'd mislead people because I don't know how to do it properly. Sometimes I just pull out a card though, so I could tune into you.
But just do
I
like
think
one,
today's
yeah.
very- Okay, so full name?
Meg Rose Wyatt.
Okay, we'll do Meg Rose White first. Okay,
Okay.
Meg, I just want you to think of a question. Oh, I just want you to think of a question or like an area.
Okay.
No, I just okay.
Don't laugh. I'm
Okay.
being zen.
Can we play some like intermission music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Right.
put some.
I just need a card to pull out. Oh, there's a few. No, hang on, guys. I'm so rookie at this. I really want to nail this though. Maybe in
Yeah.
lockdown.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
yeah.
a good skill. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking
Skill,
about my area.
profession? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Was this bad?
Oh no.
Now look, in tarot, there's no bad cards. So we've got a guy under like 3 swords and a sword underneath him, which looks like 4 of swords.
Okay, I'm
I'm just
scared.
going to pick up the meaning of this. Now, I want to get to the point where I can read these intuitively and I
Yeah.
don't need it to read, and I can be like, but I'm not there yet. Okay. The effigy of a knight in the attitude of prayer, full length upon his tomb. Divinatory meanings: vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose, exile, tomb, and coffin. I don't know what that means, but you're not going to die. That doesn't mean you're going to die. I like, even if you get death in these cards, it's not like bad. Sometimes
Yes.
it's the ending of something.
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay. Well, I
It's
thought
about a relationship.
no, I thought about my future career in broadcasting.
So vigilance. Be vigilant. Make sure you get enough solitude to keep sane,
There
Cool.
you go.
and then we'll just ignore the tomb and coffin.
Yeah.
You know?
You can do that, right? That works.
Oh God.
Oh no, do
Uh-oh.
I really want to go? No, I want to go. Definitely.
But Ella,
Okay.
and can I just stress, this is so not awful. I need you to be in the zone. I'm not in the zone right now. Okay, Ella.
Hmm.
I'm better with a drink in me.
Oh, okay.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. We'll do another Zoom later.
Ooh,
Oh,
who
I need
fell
to
out?
think of a-
Hang on,
Who?
I wasn't.
what am
No,
I
have you
thinking
thought
of?
of something?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Just 1 minute.
That's okay.
Oh,
Oh, there's one.
Oh, jumped out.
that's
Oh!
always positive.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm screwed.
what was yours about, Ella? Was yours about radio too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, bye.
I mean, yeah. Oh no.
Okay, wait, the sun.
Oh, it's terrible.
The sun, material happiness, fortunate marriage, contentment. Yeah, that's good. I'm so sorry.
A bit poos, isn't it?
Thank you.
Well, if I have
great.
if I have some
Wait.
bad luck in my future career or I royally stuff up, I'll just blame you.
No.
That's fine.
No. No, but yours was just about making sure you get enough time to yourself.
Yeah.
yeah,
be
that's
vigilant.
true.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think
Yeah.
good. That's good advice for anyone.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
the tomb is an ancient meaning. I wouldn't worry about that.
Don't worry.
No. Maybe it's about like closing this chapter and entering a new one.
Boom.
Exactly.
There you go.
Interpretation.
Spirituality.
You also have bright futures, the both of you.
Oh,
Thank
stop
you.
it! I'll
I'm
cry.
very
Thank
excited.
you. Thank you. Oh wow! I think I was going to ask you if you had any advice for second year PJ, but you kind of already covered that. That's brilliant.
Oh, I must say, when you wrote that letter to yourself, I was like, that hits now for me now.
Did it?
Yeah, I was just like, shoot, that. Thank you. Yeah, so that was
I
really
got
cool.
emotional reading that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite a good tool to do that, to kind of, as you get through life, like write a letter to a younger version of yourself. And then I think that kind of forces you to have a good hard chat, because sometimes you'll give out advice to other people and you'll ignore it all the time for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good exercise to just go, okay, it sort of acknowledges where you are, where you want to go, what don't you want to tolerate anymore, and yeah, it's quite powerful. Big gap in between my bottom teeth at the moment because I got Invisalign and they sliced it to try and make a bit more space, and now I'm really it's like a big.
That's
No,
weird.
they just need a bit more room, and it's all I can see at the moment. It's this big gap.
Because you have the Invisalign, eh?
Yeah, but I've just been I've been the worst client ever.
Terrible at mine.
I only did it at night.
Dude, I've had it for 3 years and I still have a hole from where they pulled a tooth out.
Oh, ow.
I know, I'm terrible. It's so shocking.
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
no. It's hard though.
I just get lispy. I get lispy at work.
Yeah. I don't like using it when I'm doing stuff like that. I usually just wear it at nighttime, but it takes like twice as long.
Yes.
And then if you go out and have a big night out, you don't chuck it in when you get home, do you? You just
no, not usually.
No. Yeah. Oh god.
Yikes.
Yeah, I think the majority of Invisalign users are pretty shocking, but it's okay.
Some are really good, and I'm like, I'm not.
I'm just glad I'm not in braces anymore. That was
I should have got braces.
Yikes.
See, I actually had good teeth at school. It's just as I've got older, they've got more crowded.
Wow.
That's so interesting.
Not like mega crowded. I'm being pretty fussy. I used to get attacked for having fangs. Not attacked. I got a few people were like, hey, you've got like these vampire fangs. And then I started getting insecure, which I shouldn't have.
No, I like them. They're cool. I like
That's
them.
an example of
yeah.
You know, letting the negativity affect me. I shouldn't have done it. So that was a bad example. But yeah.
Wow.
That's a shame.
Are you all exhausted your question? Yeah, with that note, and Invisalign, not sponsored, because I have to say that because our supervisor says I have to say
I
it.
always think we're getting sponsored.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, I do not get paid by Invisalign. They wouldn't pay me anyway because I'd never wear it.
However, I'd be open.
Yes,
to
always open.
Collaborations.
Always, yeah.
You're allowed to say that. You'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
Yeah, we'll get in trouble for anything we say, won't we?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
Our feedback's just going to be a lot of
with that being said, thank you for watching episode 9. PJ, thank you so very much for being
here. Nice to see you girls.
Little bit of a dream come true for the two of us, I think.
Like, God, don't even say that.
No, legit though. Yeah.
They're just being nice.
No, our whole class was like, well, the friends.
We haven't really told many people that
we told a few of our classmates, and they're like, "Are you kidding?" Like, wow. So we all really like it.
Good. Can you edit my answers to make me look good?
Yes, your answers were fine.
Your answers were great.
Just make me look good.
Yeah.
Okay. PJ, we do this thing. It's a bit wanky, but we do it at the end of every episode where we plug our Instagram to the couple of hundred people that watch the podcast. So if you'd like to plug your Instagram, what is it? Go for gold.
Hi, I'm at PJDJ, spelled PJDEEJAY on Insta.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Ella.
Oh, I'm at Ella the Gator.
Yeah. Oh God, Ella the Gator. I've messaged you on the gram before.
Don't even. I know. I'm so sorry. I can't believe you didn't block me, PJ.
I'm surprised you didn't open with that.
I'm too embarrassed, PJ. They're embarrassing. I got drunk one night.
Can I read our chat now?
Yes, this can be this is our like reading our diaries thing all over again. This is amazing.
I can't believe you remember this.
Ooh, here we go. Okay, you've replied to a few stories. Haha. Tried these pants on the other day. Love that shop. Lacey! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Did I actually say that? I'm actually.
American Vandal was released last year. It's got 1 season and only 8 episodes. Such an interesting and captivating show. That's very nice.
It's very good. Yep. Oh my god.
PJ, hi. A year ago, I asked you for advice about studying radio. You replied and said that NZBS would be a great option.
Yeah,
This is so cute.
You actually recommended it. I had no idea B School was a thing. So thank
After
you.
a bit of research about the school, I applied in September. I just found out today that I got accepted. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional now.
Oh! And my Instagram is meg.wy.
And giving great advice. Oh,
That's
no.
so sweet.
Yeah. I've tried to refrain from messaging, eh?
stunning, boo. That was.
I was drunk. That was me drunk. My friends were like, no.
No, I won't embarrass you anymore. That's amazing. Oh my
That's
god,
so
I'm so happy that you got in. I can't believe we chatted.
Thank you. Sorry about the others.
Oh god, please don't. That's amazing.
Looking forward to many more drunk DMs.
I want to come back to Christchurch and check out the NZBS again.
Oh,
Please do. And if you do this
yes.
year, we'll shout your red at the pub if you'd like.
Oh, go on. Yes.
Where's your local these days?
Oh, God.
Oh, Fat Eddie's is like a good place.
We love Fat
We
Eddie's.
do like Fat
See,
Eddie's.
we had Fat Eddie's, then there was the Quake. Nah, Fat
yeah.
Eddie's good though.
And
so
karaoke on a Tuesdays started up again.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit of fun.
We need to do that tomorrow. We should go.
Yeah.
Oh.
PJ, get here. We're going to karaoke.
Meanwhile, we are in stage 4 for 6 weeks.
I know.
I can't
that's
believe
so
that,
shocking.
PJ. That sucks.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's right. Life
One
we-
day at a
we
time.
did
Yeah, we'll get there. We're very, very lucky.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. Anyway, with that,
On that happy note.
in that very happy note,
yeah.
if you'd like to subscribe to Up in the Air, you can do so down below. All of our social links will be in the description below. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Monday for our final ever episode.
One. Wow. Where we, I think it will be quite emotional. So stay tuned.
I'll cry,
Yeah.
probably. So many tears screaming hellfire.
Go on.
Anyway, see you later.
Bye.